So Bitcoin has fallen through a floor of support that's very, very, very critical. And with that, it begs the question, are we in a bear market? Are we in the bear market? Or are we still in the bull market and this is just temporary? We're going to look at the definition of a bear market to see if that meets our current situation. I'm also going to tell you if we are in a bear market, when I think we're going to get out of the bear market and things I'm doing about it in the meantime. So with that, if you're not a subscriber, remember every single day in crypto is an adventure and we put out a new episode every single day. So tune in, subscribe, like, share, do all those things. And remember, I am certainly not your financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. I'm just taking you along my journey. And with that, let's take a look to see what Bitcoin is doing right now. So Bitcoin right now, I thought we had a double top, down, broke below the neckline, came down, tested this floor of support a couple different times, didn't close a candle through it until yesterday on the scary Sunday, March 9th. We busted through that floor of support. And why is this floor of support so strong is that we've never broken through that and closed a candle with it yet. So very important floor. And as you can see, we've rebounded today, but now we're testing the ceiling of resistance. That floor of support has flipped to a ceiling of resistance, and we tested against it and wicked back down. So yes, a very strong floor or ceiling of resistance now. Our next floor of support is a lot lower, around 70K. And there's a lot of room to run here. So what does this mean? Well, I look at what a bear market means and are we in one? So me and ChatGPT did a little work on this. I just said characteristics of a bear market. Declining prices. Do we have declining prices? A sustainable decline, usually over months or even years, characterized by price decreases exceeding 20%. Now, have we exceeded 20%? Yep. We're at almost 26%. Even if we went to the floor of support, that's 22%. So that's a check. So investor sentiment dominated by pessimism, anxiety, fear, leading to increased selling pressure. Oh man. Have you seen this? This is our fear and greed index, 17. It's extraordinarily low. We're in extreme fear. So look at this, declining sentiment about consumer sentiment, 20% drop in the market. And where's my mouse? So yeah, I would say we met that criteria of investor sentiment not being great. Economic conditions. This is highly debatable, but I've looked at a lot of economic data. Let me show you a few pieces here. This is from the one of the governmental website. This is bea.gov. And so look, national economic accounts. In the fourth quarter, we were at plus 2.3%, but in the third quarter last year, plus 3.1%. We were on the decline. Even though it's still positive, it's a decline from where it was. Every single one of these metrics is on the decline. This is from third quarter 2024 to fourth quarter 2024. So as much as some people would like to blame Trump or say it's Trump's fault or whatnot, that's just not the case. We've been on the economic decline for quarters, many quarters now. Look, quarter 2 to quarter 3 increased negativity. So it went from negative 275 to negative 310 billion dollars on international transactions. International investment, we went down in that or up negatively as well. U.S. international trade goods, that got worse. Every single one of those metrics got worse on the economy. Employment statistics. As you can see, we've been on the incline in unemployment. That's bad. More unemployment's bad. We've been on this trek since, at least on this chart from February, March, April of 23, all the way to today, we've increased unemployment. So that also shows a downturn in the economy. So economic conditions have certainly gotten worse. High volatility. Gosh, this is a very volatile market. We've seen 25% swings. Reduced investor confidence. I go back to that fear and greed meter. That fear and greed meter shows me that the confidence is not there, right? We go decreasing trade volume. Negative media coverage. The media just rips Bitcoin apart. They love to say when Bitcoin's down. So it pretty much meets these definitions for a bear market. So the big question is this bear market temporary? Is it going to be a couple months, a couple weeks, or is it permanent? It says historically bear markets occur less frequently than bull markets, but are typically shorter in duration, averaging about 9 to 12 months, though some can last several years depending on economic conditions. Look at these bear markets. .com bubble. Great financial crisis, COVID-19 pandemic. Those are long bear markets. I've been in every single one of those. In 2000 to 2002, the dot-com bubble. I mean, look at these numbers. And do I think we're in that right now? What is our major crisis right now? Do we have a dot-com bubble? Do we have a great financial crisis or a COVID-19 pandemic? I don't see any of these things. Let's talk about the positive things that are going on in this market. I just put up a couple lists. The positives, to me, I am extraordinarily bullish on the long-term outlook for cryptocurrency. Think about the first thing. January of last year, we introduced ETFs to the world, through BlackRock and Fidelity, major players in the space. And this thing has drawn lots of money. You can tell me there's negative outflows the last couple months, and of course there are. And that's not BlackRock selling because BlackRock wanted to. That's because their customers were saying, I'm too scared of the volatility of crypto. I want to get out of this. Strategic Bitcoin reserve for the U.S. I mean, how more bullish can you get? The United States has announced that, they're not selling their 200,000 Bitcoins. There's $17 billion less of selling pressure in the market. And that they're gonna, right now they can acquire through net neutral to the taxpayer type events, but they're gonna go to Congress and ask for money eventually to buy Bitcoin. What other countries are doing that? Well, I know Brazil and El Salvador, Bhutan, China, Russia, Ukraine are most likely doing it, and there's a whole slew of other ones like Germany who sold their Bitcoin last summer at like 50K when they could have held on to that and been twice as rich for doing so. But neither here nor there. There's a lot of other countries right now that are considering it, especially since the United States has already announced theirs. This is like an arms race. It's a crypto race. And all these other countries are going to want to stay up. If U.S. is collecting cryptos and China and Russia, why wouldn't they want to do it to be on par with them? So something to think about there. You have companies like MicroStrategy buying billions of dollars of crypto, Bitcoin specifically, every single week, month, year, and with no sign of stopping. They're going to raise debt to buy this stuff, and then they're going to, it's incredible. And then other countries or companies are following suit. What about states? You have 16 states right now with trying to put legislation on the books to create a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Why? Because if it's good for the U.S., why wouldn't it be good for the states? And some of these states are bigger than most countries. So like Texas, who recently passed a bill. You have the SEC dropping most of their cases against cryptocurrency companies. I know the Ripple one is outstanding still, but I expect that to be dealt with probably by mid-April, if not sooner. So a lot of positive things going on. You have the Crypto Summit, which shows U.S. commitment to cryptocurrency. You have with the President of the United States there, the SEC, David Sachs from the Crypto and AI Czar there. You have Scott Bisson, the Secretary of the Treasury. I mean, these are some very, very powerful, the most powerful when it comes to financial means in the United States. And they're literally holding a summit with masterminds of the crypto community of the U.S., trying to figure out what do we do here? How do we give you a clear regulatory picture and outlook so you guys can do business here without fear of being lawfare of the SEC and other places coming after you. You have the OCC saying, look, banks can custody crypto. You have the SEC repealing SAB 121 that they're rescinding that basically said banks couldn't custody crypto. So the path is being laid, the groundwork's being laid for some bullish activity. So when do I think this bear market, because we are in a bear market by all definition, when do I think this is going to end? Well, I think it's going to end when we have, unfortunately, when Fed starts printing money again and the M2 supply starts going up. And this is going to happen sooner than a lot of people realize because the economy has not been doing well for years. It's been propped up by hiring government employee after government employee that really just taxes the taxpayer, increases inflation, and causes issue in our economy that we're not yet aware of because it was, I don't want to say hidden, but you can't prop up the jobs report with government jobs because that's just going to cost us more and make us have to print more money, and here we are. So look, I believe that we are in a bear market, but I don't think this is the bear market. To me, this is a bear market, and it's going to end as soon as we start printing money. So we're probably going to go sideways for a little bit before we go up. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but what am I doing about it? So I still am trading on BTCC. As you can see, it's not showing properly, but I'm still trading on BTCC, and I like that little leverage trades in between. I'm also using EasyBot and Bitunix, but I'm doing longs and shorts based on signals in the market, and this is something that I'm interested in. And if you have any interest in that, I have a link down below where you can go check it out. There's tons and tons of different incentives for you to sign up. But if you're a trader and looking for a different means to trade, check out BTCC. And if you have any questions, join me in the Discord. We talk about trading things all the time. So with that, that's all I got. I hope to see you again. Let me know in the comments about anything that you see that I said that upset you or not or otherwise. And if you're still here and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. See you next time.